Welcome to part 29 of the 2023 NFL Draft and Review. Today we are going to be doing the San Francisco 49ers draft class. And to me it looks like the 49ers are pretty much just patching up a few small holes, getting some decent depth because effectively they're already a Super Bowl level team, so really, what do you need other than just the ability to get there and win once you're, at this level? So, the first 3 picks they had were traded off for various things. So, they didn't get a pick till the 3rd round, which is a safety Ji'Ayir Brown. And, well, Wikipedia says free safety, some of the other things that I occasionally elect to look through, say strong safety, and it pretty much says that either way he's going to be the backup to either Sean Gibson or Talanoa Hufanga. So this basically kicks off the getting depth to get depth sort of situation, and as we see here, he does seem to be a pretty good pick for that reason. Pretty good returning the ball. Surprisingly, more interceptions than pass deflections. I have not really seen that very much in the last couple of years. And gets reasonably involved in the tackling and the run game, as well as sacks, though I think the overall tackle number could probably be maybe 20 tackles higher or so. So we'll go over here and take a look.
They'll throw one out to the edge. Emery Simmons gets bottled up along the sideline, and it will be an inbound.
Deep man in the eye. Here he is. Tries to bounce it back, but is wrestled down.
He's only 200 pounds. He puts his hand in the dirt. He's working against an...
Elliott Manis with time. Ball is intercepted. That is Brown with the interception.
He got the best throw.
Hurdling a man.
Ball. Don't take any sacks.
Came up under center, passed it back, I guess, then an overthrow on the wide receiver pass.
A double pass, and watch his throw. There's no...
The drive coming up, and he's picked off. Tagovailoa is picked off. It's Ji'Ayir Brown who's going to go the distance of pick 6 for Penn State.
Like Brisker was going to kick it off and end the game earlier in the drive, but it ended up...
Unrelated note, that's like the 13th time I've seen Tua's brother getting sacked or intercepted.
Being Brown before that last play. And now here's another look for a long play and just slapped away and then intercepted. Brown with the interception after it was batted away. Turnover for Villanova.
Watch the coverages. I mean, the coverage is phenomenal, right? It's right where you have to be, and he slaps it away.
Solid
now watch
deflection.
Brown's just
Ended up coming to Maryland.
Good heads-up play to pick it off.
Down. Penn State recovers. Bad snap. Ji'Ayir.
It's there after the turnover.
High snap. Then off.
Smith is the quick guy.
Jefferson rolling right over the top, and it's intercepted. Intercepted the first.
That's actually Thompson, 84. He waited for the ball. If you come get the ball, he gave room, plenty of room, for Brown to get in.
As with the 3rd and 3. Play fake, short pass, catch made, and knocked backward is Ruckert after making the catch. Still fighting. Where will they spot it?
He follows him over. Now, it's a matter of did he step out of bounds. Good effort to stay up, show his balance. Now he's fighting to stay. And look at 16. He rips at the ball. That's
Motion, Des Boykin. Barley, the running back. And the play is blown up because of penetration.
penetration from here.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much just like a very solid backup selection when the starter has to come out or if there's an injury. The 49ers have effectively covered one of the important spots on their defense. So, good selection here for what it is. The next selection brings us to something that's a little confusing for me because I don't see it too often. That is a 3rd round kicker as we get Jake Moody out of Michigan here. So, I'm obviously not really a fan of drafting kickers or punters this high. So, for this to be effective, I would hope to see a pretty accurate guy here, and he's got the flashes of it, but at the same time, what the hell is going on here? 3.82, is he getting hurt or just not playing that much? It's odd to me, but the last 2 years, though, he put up at least 82% accuracy, which isn't really great. I would hope he's not missing 6 kicks in the NFL, because that's the sort of thing that gets a kicker cut. But the 2021 season he had was pretty solid, 23-22, 100% of extra points. Never missed an extra point in college, so that's one good thing at the very least. Usually I see college kickers, they do manage to miss like 2 or 3 basically every year, so that's good. But this is going to come with a bit of a kicking battle, because Zane Gonzalez is also on this team, and while he's had his struggles in the NFL, he can be a quality kicker, so Moody's got his work cut out for him. We'll come over here and take a look and see what he can do.
Comes in to attempt a 32-yarder, and it's good.
Don't hook things that hard to me.
This one from 30 yards away. His first was good from 32. And the Northville, Michigan native nails it for a 30-yarder now from 31. And perfect.
These are wins for Indiana.
These are wins.
3 red zone trips for Michigan.
This one from 33 yards away. And Michigan will take it. It's good. 5 for 5. Snap. And good. And he went 6 for 6 with a long of 36 yards. This one from 39 yards away. And it's good. And good again. This kid has been perfect.
I hope to see a longer kick here to see what sort of distance he has.
Here's the onside kick. And it goes out of bounds.
This from 34 to get Michigan on the board. And that will bend right into the middle of the goalposts from 27 yards. And the field goal is good. And Michigan has a 27-14 lead.
So Jake Moody in to attempt a 43-yarder. And it's good. 24-21. But now Army with the chance.
And they've got the element now of the threat of the quarterback run.
Onside kick. Wolverines say they have it. And they'll get the ball again.
Well, it's a 3-possession game right now, so you would need to score in the next minute or so. Then you need to get another onside kick, score in a minute or so. And Moody able to coax that one around the left upright and through.
Jake Moody in to attempt a 28-yarder. He's been money this year. And he remains good. Michigan will take the 3 points off the Iowa turnover.
Take the lead in a 21-yard field goal from Jake Moody. Basically an extra point, but nothing automatic in a night like this. And the lead is 25 here, early in the fourth quarter. Wiley makes the fair catch.
There's the onside kick, and Michigan State has it. How about that, Hayward?
And he's able to knock it through from 40 yards out. He's got it. Yards out from Jake Moody. Moody knocks it through.
His career long is 48, 0 for 2 in his career from beyond 50 until now.
That was blasted.
Okay, so he couldn't get out to beyond 50. That's what I was kind of waiting to see there. So, with the less extreme angles in the NFL, I would say that he could be pretty good in the NFL. So, I won't be too surprised if he can edge Gonzalez out in camp and through preseason. So, that brings us to the remaining third rounder, tight end Cameron Latu, one of 2 tight ends that the 49ers selected in this draft, and it's mostly just to cover another base because George Kittle has had a couple of injuries, and obviously it would make sense to have just a extra option in case something goes on there, because no matter how you cut it, you're going to have a young quarterback that needs a quality tight end. So having this should be pretty good for them. So 410, 8 touchdowns, 377, 4 more after that. He put up a decent bit of production with Alabama. And I don't really think I've really seen a tight end come out of Alabama before, so this does come as a bit of a surprise to me.
Play fake by Young, wide open, and it's a touchdown. Alabama picking right up where it left off last year. 5-man rush, Young, first down. Latu didn't have a catch for his career, has 2 touchdowns. Yards for Cameron Latu.
Well, watch Bryce Young set the protection this way. Pressure is coming from here. He calls turn protection. He gets the back over there. He steps a little bit to the right until he sees Latu open in the middle and gets him the football. Awareness, understanding.
End zone shot. Touchdown, Cameron Latu. Second of the night.
Flow Rugby.
Oh, you got a Flow Rugby subscription. That's good.
Ran out, but I did.
Good luck writing that one up. There's Cameron Latu on cue, the product of Salt Lake City. Yards away from being the second 100-yard rusher. Tyson got hit as he threw. Wide open. There's another first down. It's Cameron Latu making big moves down the sideline.
Play fake. Throw to the end zone. Wide open. Latu touchdown, Alabama.
Okay, so basically, I won't say that Latu's going to replace Kittle. I don't really see that whatsoever, even when Kittle gets to that point he needs to be replaced. But if there's an injury or Kittle just needs a breather, then I could easily see Latu having some pretty decent value for the 49ers. I think that he might, catch a couple touchdowns here and there. So, this is another pretty solid backup pick by the 49ers. So next up moves us down to the 5th round, which will be cornerback Darrell Luter Jr. And this is more of a general depth selection to me because I regard this as one of those spots that it can sometimes hurt the 49ers, but most of the time it's quality enough that you don't really need a 5th round guy to do anything. So again, the usual low interception to pass deflection rate. Tackles are pretty decent for, games played. Doesn't really get too involved in the running game or anything like that. It's mostly just coverage, so pretty traditional corner, I think, here. But, like I said, again, this is a position that has a good bit of experience. To really break through, you'd really have to establish yourself early, and I don't really know if he's quite going to
Down
do
passes a year ago. Now they're looking his way and knocked away.
39 and rolling, 7-point game. See if Bryce tries to gobble up some real estate. He isn't going to do so. Throws it short. That ball's picked off.
Anyway, he's a ball hawk. He's Appalachian's version of Stephen Jones. Again, that's his 4th interception.
scrambles to his left, throws on the run, incomplete. Fourth down, and the USA defense delivers.
That can produce change. They are putting a plan together to ensure every single person on this team is registered to vote and encouraging them all to exercise that right to vote.
Concrete number, but maybe only 30 to 40% of his teammates. And Dustin, that's a big roster for college football. Only 30 to...
Straight drop, McNeil trying to set up the screen. Hebert, the grab. He's going to be 9 yards short of the line. 4, 2nd and 14, trying to get to the 5. The tight end just a down and out. And
I'm coming in. So, what I'm going to kind of see here is someone that does do a good job of making receivers work for it. But last I checked, this is a Sun Belt school, so I'm not sure how hard exactly that is for a corner to do. But overall, I can see this being another pretty solid depth selection. I could see him probably being the immediate backup to one of the starters on this 49ers team. So there is a chance that we could end up seeing Luter in a reasonable capacity this season. But beyond that, it's probably going to come down to whether or not he can show that he can handle the NFL level at a quality level, because otherwise he's going to just progressively slide lower down the list. So, next up we get to the another 5th rounder, linebacker Robert Beal Jr. I think they were going to, coming back to their roster for a second here. Yeah, I think this was one of the ones that were going to move over to defensive end. So obviously they've got Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead. You don't really need a starter here. This is another really obvious backup pick, but injuries are sometimes, though, the great playing field leveler. So obviously still going to give them a look and see if they've at least got another quality backup selection here. And it looks like they've just kind of gotten a player here. It's not really a particularly strong pass rusher. Doesn't look like he was actually getting involved that much in the tackling either, or really the run-stopping game, so sort of says to me that he might have been something of a situational player more than anything else. So, we'll see. I don't really expect to see much, even in spite of it being part of the Georgia defense.
Oh my gosh, we're going to play bully ball.
The Eagles probably will select
He'll cave, he'll fold.
Here's Dante Smith.
And their shot between the hashes.
Rolling the snap back again. There's the blitz off the edge. And Yates has absolutely no chance.
seems like someone's surprised. Watch the left edge of this offensive line. Snap comes. It's timed perfectly by the edge. Jordan Yates has no chance for success.
Emory Jones at the controls. They keep it on the ground, and that is going nowhere. A loss of a yard. Tyndall.
He knows inside he's got a guy that is going to take up space and allow.
And after 8 on this one, Wilson out of the gun. Give it to Snell again on the read, but nothing much doing there. And that.
Yeah, I'm not too impressed here. A lot of these are basically him just coming off unblocked or largely not particularly well blocked. So he's not really having to work for a lot of it. And like I said, this is a position for the 49ers that they've got a lot of guys. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Beal's not even a backup. The next player up is 6th-round linebacker D. Winters, who probably has the stupidest YouTube video title for him that I've ever seen. It's basically a thing exploring why he doesn't look like he's ready to start in the NFL, and I'm looking at that like, are you fucking with me here? Now, before we get to why, the statistics show a bit of an underperformer for a middle linebacker. I would like to see the tackles be a bit higher. Getting involved in the run game is pretty good. 7.5 sacks in his final year is also an interesting little wrinkle to what we've got going on here. But like I said, coming back to why he won't be starting, he plays middle linebacker. This team has Fred Warner. A blind man could tell you why D. Winters isn't going to be playing much.
My personal health than he did about the competitive advantage.
That's Bevel sacked by D. Winters.
Pressure. Howard. He'll be sacked back at the 46. D. Winters came with the blitz.
Morton to throw it. Looking, now decides to run. Tries to get outside, nothing doing. Great defensive stop.
McCarthy incomplete and picked off. Intercepted by D. Winters. And a touchdown.
Kendrick leaves the pocket and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Wonderful pursuit.
Edwards, slow handoff. And he's dumped by D. Winters.
Arias.
Lewis flushed and brought down D. Winters.
Another pass on third down for Cal. Garbers is sacked. D. Winters. Early. Another third and long. Mordecai, clean pocket, picked off. TCU said they want.
Kendrick lost the football, and it's another touchdown for TCU.
If it doesn't take you, you got to run. On 2nd and 8, Morton's got to run again. This time he'll be caught from behind. D. Winters.
Yeah, I see this as another pretty good backup selection, but I'm still just kind of chuckling at that one video I mentioned. Just it's like, yeah, no shit, he's not going to be playing much. The only way he's probably going to be playing much is if this team moves over to a set that would suggest a 3-4. So that brings us to the 7th round, guys. The first up is tight end Braden Willis out of Oklahoma. Pretty much the same purpose I expected that Cameron Latu would be serving, but given it's a late round, a good chance, yeah. Good chance of it being a likely blocking tight end, and that seems to be the case for every season except for his last one. But the good, kind of interesting part in him is that tight end, fullback, halfback, fullback, or tight end, it suggests that Oklahoma was really moving him around a lot, and that could make him an interesting, though probably not very utilized, extra weapon for the 49ers offense.
High snap. Gabriel has to release it. Oh, what a catch by Willis.
You can run through people. That time you run around them.
Over the top for Willis, the tight end. One man won't stop.
Looking to throw this time. Eyes on the end zone. He goes for Braden Willis. First.
Just a corner route and a big old tight end. Wow. First goes up on the senior corner, and Jalen puts it in the exact right spot. There's no body part down. That's
Pressure on the edge again. Oh, it's tipped and caught. Touchdown. Better to be lucky than good.
No, 28. I beg your pardon, Smith.
Smith tipped it, and again.
Had to intercept that, but good catch by Willis.
Williams once again, jump ball, end zone, battle, catch made.
Gabriel got his man. Tight end Willis. Steady. Trying to keep Oklahoma out of the.
This is just kind of a safety valve target, so when the 49ers get inside the 10, I wouldn't be all that shocked to see Braden Willis a few times through the year. Assuming he makes the team, of course. 7th rounders tend to have that a little harder. So, next up we got wide receiver Ronnie Bell. One of Michigan's guys, so not really the best stat line, as he just kind of has 2 down years, very probably injury filled to have that sort of thing going on. And then almost puts up a 1,000-yard season, but 4 touchdowns. It's one of those ones that sort of maybe looks like they could have had a better college career, but based on what they've got is what teams have to go on. So.
Touchdown, Ronnie Bell! On the money. The safety takes off outside. As soon as McCarthy sees that, he fires it right at the post of the goalpost. 5. McCarthy delivers. Caught on the sideline. Ronnie Bell.
Patterson breaking tackles. Ronnie Bell. Bell driving inside the 5.
But they were early. On 2nd down and 17, they'll swing it out into the flats. This is Ronnie Bell with room. Haskins in the backfield, hasn't touched it yet. Here's Patterson going through his progressions. Fires, sideline, caught, first down.
A 3rd career start for a guy who has high expectations, but learning on the job.
Floats one for the end zone. Ronnie Bell, touchdown!
Now on 3rd and short. Ball comes out quickly. Caught with his knees down, but it is a first.
Trying to identify the blitz if it's coming. It does not. He's going to take a shot, looking for Ronnie Bell. Bell's got it! Breaks free! And walks to the end zone. 76 yards!
Watch Bell.
The main thing here is I'm not really seeing anything that really sets him apart. Because obviously, the 49ers have a pretty impressive list of receivers. They have Deebo Samuel, who can do a lot more than just play receiver, though. Now that they got Christian McCaffrey, I would say let him play receiver more. Brandon Ayuk, Willie Snead, and Ray McLeod have had some time in the spotlight. And it seems like Juwan Jennings is probably going to be ahead of Bell on the roster as well. So it'd be hard for Bell to really emerge with this team. So it's probably by the time he ends up somewhere else, the period that he'll have had to really establish himself will have come and gone. So I regard this as just kind of a check it out and then forget sort of play. So next up, we've got Jalen Graham, the final selection of this class. And I think they were going to put this one at outside linebacker, where I wouldn't say there's a clear-cut second starter on this team based on what I looked at statistically. It just kind of seems that a lot of these guys are kind of low in terms of stats versus years in the league, aside from Dre Greenlaw. So I won't say that Graham doesn't have a chance under that condition, but over here we see that in terms of really doing anything besides tackling, he's not really that valuable. Odd for an outside linebacker, he can actually sometimes get his hands on the ball. That's something that I don't see a ton of. Most of these guys have like a couple deflections. I don't usually see 7, 5, and 3 interceptions. So we'll come over here and take a look at the final player that the 49ers selected.
He's the lone setback. Fire in motion. Torn will run that way, and he's caught from behind again, shooting the gaps and leading the way. Giovanni Revere with Jalen Graham.
Hebert Mills sets up in the backfield. Shallow cross underneath to Noah. Nothing doing there. Again, Purdue's defense. Martinez with time. Still looking, now takes it.
Ah, there you go.
Stretching for the pylon.
And Timmy?
I think he came up short. Receiver and then used his length to bring down the interception. So return to sender for Nebraska. Spielman on the bubble screen is spun down in a heartbeat. Jalen Graham right, 1st and 10 from the 34. Get it out to Wan'Dale Robinson. That's just great penetration. Well read there by Karlaftis. Mills remains the setback. Now they go with the wide receiver, tight end position again. Jack Stoll piercing through to make the tackle.
I think Wan'Dale Robinson, number 1, was out there trying to block him, and Graham got past Wan'Dale. Wan'Dale's a great athlete, but again, he can't do magic out there. He may be a little bit dinged up as well.
With new Scope Squeeze Mouthwash Concentrate, add water, squeeze twice, or even 3 times.
There's Kanai Noah. Ahead to the 26. That's going to be 4 yards shy.
Here's Goodson. Here's Goodson running up the middle. Goodson lowering that left shoulder. Ball came out, and it's picked up by Purdue. Brennan Thieneman picked up the loose ball. Jalen Graham, I think, knocked it free.
There it got Purdue on the substitution.
Oh, a fumble in the backfield. I think Purdue picked that up.
So this is one of the more interested 7th rounders I've seen, in the sense that effectively I could see him having a role on this team. You know, most 7th rounders I can't really say that for. He seems to play with a good ability to find the ball, but I don't really view that as the job of a outside linebacker. And it says for 2 seasons there he was playing safety, so that would just maybe put him on the inside and let him go to work as a tackler. So it's kind of an interesting player to be in that. I can't really say with certainty that he's going to be a one spot or another, because he can pretty clearly play more than one spot. So it's one of those sorts of picks of, if he can make the team and establish himself, he could be one of those interesting players going forwards. So that is going to do it for this class, and I would say that the 49ers overall did a reasonable job with what they had here. They didn't have any 1st or 2nd round selections. That obviously hurts basically from the drop, but for what they got, like I said, they got a lot of good depth. This is a team that definitely, I would say, needs it in a lot of the spots that they got it for. So effectively, this is just, like I said at the beginning, the 49ers are kind of reinforcing to make a push at a Super Bowl, because really they should have won one by now in this window. You've really got to wonder, it's like, ew, how many more years can they really expect to keep a team this good together? So they've pretty much got to win now, and really the only obstacles I can see are the Chiefs and Eagles. So if they can just get through the Eagles, then I think the 49ers are going to have a pretty good chance, because classes like this, they know where they're at. They just need to make it count. So that is going to do it for today. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, see when I upload next. Share it around with your friends. Follow me on Twitter if you like, and I'll be seeing you probably later on today for the Seahawks draft class, as I would like to attempt to get things done just before the Hall of Fame game.